Cross Talk TV podcast. Peace.
We talked a little bit about Jordan Matthews going out there and working with a guy named Trey Lance up in North Dakota State during the second pro day. And obviously this is a receiver show, but what are your thoughts on Trey Lance and everything that's coming out? Because the hype is like, it feels like Shanahan's kind of trying to control it and keep it in there, but it's big now, and now it's going all over mainstream, all the ESPN and NFL networks and all that. They done picked up on it. But what are your thoughts on what you think is going on there in Santa Clara?
Well, that was going to happen regardless with the hype train. Whether he could have been asked the first 7 days of practice, and the hype train was still going to be there based off where we took him. So, and everything we did to get him, and also based off of, because the hype train was there even before day one. Before, you know what I mean? They were already talking about should he start over Jimmy before he even threw a pass. So the hype train was going to be there, just for all that alone. And it's very obvious that within the media that the Niners tried to move on from Jimmy multiple times. They flirted with Tom, tried to get Stafford. So it's obvious that they are looking for an upgrade at that position. It's a premium position, so they're going to do what they got to do. And the fact that he's come out and has looked the way he's looked in camp has obviously intensified the hype train, and I think it's real. I mean, it's not by accident that we're hearing a lot of good things from some people we didn't expect to hear good things from, running with the second team that is running with Trey. He's making explosive plays happen. I mean, Croc, I don't know how I didn't send you the video because I didn't have to. I know you saw it, but the throw he made the other day, bro, Jimmy could never. And this is why they did what they did.
Well, it's not even that Jimmy can't. Like, bro, Jimmy won't attempt it. And that's been kind of my bigger issue.
Talking about.
Yeah,
I mean, flat-footed, rolls to his left, flat-footed, off the back foot, 50-yard flick of the wrist. Like, stop. Like, that's crazy. Like, not a lot of people are doing that. Not a lot of QB1s are doing that, regardless of how old he is, man. And the fact that he's picked up this offense is everything I'm hearing, that he's picked up the offense really quickly is just a testament to what they said about him in the draft process of how smart he is. And that's good to know that it wasn't just, lip service, that he's actually about that life and hitting the books.
You hear the offensive coordinator, Mike McDaniel, he came out and he was like, he's to the point now where he's like kind of coaching up dudes on the field. And I'm like, bro, come on, man. Like, we're talking about a dude. And again, I was excited about the Trey Lance pick, but if somebody wanted to be kind of reserved with their optimism, because, only 1 year at North Dakota State, was only a freshman, hasn't played in 2 years. Obviously I was assuming there's going to be like some kind of transition period, right? Like, we
were just excited it wasn't Mac. If we're being honest, we were excited it wasn't Mac. Like at the beginning, we were stressed out, bro. We were talking every day leading up to that, and it was stressful to think there's no way it can be Mac. Like it can't be Mac. And this is why he's proven why it couldn't be Mac. And we haven't even talked about his running plays. Like I'm hearing he's scoring every day on his own read. Like I said, like on the goal line, like it's going to be cake for him to just pull a lot of those, man. Like he's had some long runs I've heard too. Like it's going to be tough not to see him starting week one if he keeps this up.
So why do you think like Kyle Shanahan, and I'll kind of give my thoughts on this, but why do you think Kyle might be trying to keep everything in it and not really kind of show him? Do you think he just wants to keep him humble? Do you think Kyle is just like, nah, man, like, he says stuff. Well, I mean, he played well. I mean, he wasn't perfect or anything, but it's just like, really, Kyle, like, you have to say those type of things.
Right. I think it's a little bit of two things. One, he wants to keep Jimmy's confidence up, because whether he starts Trey week 1, week 2, week 3, whatever the case may be, whenever Trey takes over, if Jimmy is still on the roster, he wants his confidence there regardless, in case he ever has to go back to him, especially given the fact that Trey runs a lot. He could get hit, God forbid, and get injured. I think it's another factor is I think he's still got some PTSD of RG3's rookie year. So I think he wants to just pump the brakes. He's seen this before. You know what I mean? I think he's been here before. You know what I mean? He might be having deja vu and flashbacks to what RG3 was looking like in camp. And then obviously he went on to have a great rookie season, but then we kind of know what transpired after that. So I think it's a little bit of both of that. I can't figure it out though. I'm going back and forth in my mind as far as strategic, as far as okay, but do they want to whoever they tried to trade him to, whoever, nobody was biting for the third,
Right.
second, whatever the case may be. So I don't see, I guess, the motive to downplay Trey so much to the fact that you're trying to hype up Jimmy, because nobody's going to believe it. Everybody else is reading the same things and seeing the same highlights, seeing this guy is clearly beating him out. Jimmy's not better.
Well,
than
hold
him.
on. I don't want to say he's just beating them out, because they are, you do have one guy that's going against starters and the other guy going against twos. So I don't want to say he's beating it out, but I will say from an ability standpoint, right? Like why you draft a guy like Trey Lance. You draft Trey Lance because he's a big, athletic, mobile quarterback that can expand on what you want to do and be able to push the ball downfield. And then he comes in and Trey Lance is showing you that he's a big, strong, athletic quarterback who's mobile and is able to push the ball down the field and off script plays. So it's like everything that you wanted, he's doing. At what point do you think he starts to get more reps? Kyle Shanahan's kind of brushing it off and like, when he starts to play better than the guy in front of him. And it's like, bro, what do you like, Kyle? We all see what's going on. We're looking at the numbers. We see the numbers every day. Like we see how efficient he's getting day by day. He has thrown over the last 2 days. He's thrown two incompletions on what about 30. 26 attempts or whatever it is.
7 for 8 today, and
then 13 out of 14
yesterday. Yeah.
Like okay, Kyle. Like what else? And he's throwing bombs. He's pushing the ball down the field. Like I mean, like he done completed about 5 or 6 40+ yard throws. Like Kyle, what are we talking about, bro? That's crazy.
I think that's just he might, and that's another. I think that might also be like just that Jedi mind trick, that same like Nick Saban, like Bill Belichick, like school of thought. And they're not gonna gas nobody up. What's his name was like that a lot. Coach Arbette. I feel like Coach Arbette was like the SaberCat.
Yeah,
he was, he's never gonna gas you up or hype you up, and I think Kyle's got a lot of that in him, strictly because he's a son of a coach. He's seen just about everything. You know what I mean? Like he watched the glory as a kid. He saw Steve Young and Jerry Rice. Like he's seen everything. I don't think anything's going to just blow him away and impress him to the point where he's just going to be gushing with the media. He might do it behind closed doors. He might gas him up behind closed doors, but I don't think he's ever just going to be, he's not going to give him flowers and let us know that he's giving him flowers.
Right. And maybe he's had these kind of conversations with Trey Lance where he's telling him like, look, you know how I feel about you. Your time is coming. I got to play it like this because, we got Garoppolo and I owe Garoppolo more respect. Told him when we draft you that we give him an opportunity. So I want to kind of put it out there. And I'm giving him every opportunity to be the guy and show what you can do. And then you got John Lynch saying, well, you got Jimmy G's playing the best, talking to Adam Schefter, he's playing the best ball that we've seen since he's been here. It's like, if this is the best, then what the hell is this fresh rookie doing? Because this looks way more impressive, every day. And I mean, I don't know, man. We're good. Let's get off of that real quick because I know this is a receiver podcast, and I know y'all have heard a lot of takes on the quarterback position, situation, the big plays and everything. But I will say it's extremely, extremely exciting to see because that's all we've wanted. And
we would be remiss if we didn't bring it up. I mean, we can talk receivers all we want, but somebody's throwing them the ball.
Well, one last thing I want to say.
They're not throwing it to themselves.
Right. One last thing I do want to say is it was funny. I remember watching Josh Allen last year just carve up the Niners and just tear the Niners up. And I'm just like, man, wouldn't it be nice if Kyle had a quarterback like that? That's just like, it's just like you're trying to figure out how to stop him. You just can't because you rush him, he moves and he throws the ball. He steps up. Okay, hits a guy here. He could take off, run. They ran quarterback powers when he's throwing the ball downfield. I'm like, damn. And the tough thing is a lot of times there's not guys that just have that ability. It's hard to get those type of guys. And as of right now, man, it seems like 49ers have that type of guys. So that's definitely exciting.
And Kyle said that after that game too in the presser. Remember he said that?
Yeah.
Crop Talk TV podcast. Peace.